Oh, hey. Hi. How's it going? First and foremost, just want to apologize for the sound quality in this video and in the last video. Just know all of that will be ironed out. We are all anime lovers here. All three of us are anime lovers. So it is kind of hard for us not to talk about anime. I know not everyone loves anime like we do, but this is for our anime lovers. This is for the weebs out there. Without further ado, Weeb Wednesdays. Enjoy.
Hmm? Oh, first off, I was looking up where how in Dragon Ball Z the Kamehameha wave, dude, Kamehameha was a king in Hawaii, like a conqueror. Did you know this? I didn't know this. And you like
did Johnny Harris tell you?
No, but I looked it up. I looked up where the Kamehameha wave came. I like the origin of it, and I was like, what? Who is this dude that took over? Like, dude, that story is crazy.
I didn't know about the whole story. I just do know that it is based off of
some crazy dude.
Yeah, a real man.
No, the King Kamehameha was like, he was like on the main island of Hawaii, and like he was fighting another dude, and like they had like half. It was like literally split down half and half, and they were like fighting for years. And dude, there's a huge story like of how he'd go off to like the other islands and try to conquer it, and like people killing each other, and he would like sacrifice his enemies type shit. And like this dude was
Lord Goku, you know.
This dude was crazy.
The Saiyans.
But yeah,
I mean that's what the Saiyans do, right? They just go and conquer shit.
Did they?
And then Frieza.
Did the Saiyans blow up planets? Or did they enslave them?
I mean, yeah, because Vegeta was all about that. Kakarot.
Yeah, he really was. He really was Black Air Force energy.
Yeah,
dude, literally.
He
erased people. He erased characters' existence.
I'm gonna blow up the planet. Like
that dude was.
Like, no, don't do that. Don't do it.
Hey, there's another planet right down there.
Yeah, before Goku tamed him, he was really on that shit, man. Like, so I can assume that like the Saiyans weren't exactly rainbows and sunshines.
No, that's what they did. Like I'm 99% sure they
were not friendly.
Yeah, and then Frieza took over and they did the same shit. And then Frieza was like, he heard like a prophecy or whatever of the Super Saiyan.
Wait,
like, one of my hearts supposed to beat my ass, and I'm not letting it happen to blow up the whole planet. That's when Bardock sent Goku, Kakarot, down to fucking Earth in a pod prior to that happening because he had a vision. What was gonna happen?
Hold on. Did before like Frieza blowing up
like, gritty over
what?
Planet Vegeta.
Yeah. Before what's it called? Frieza blew up Vegeta. Did they work? Did he work with the Saiyans?
They worked for him.
They worked for him.
Yeah. He was King Frieza, Lord Frieza. Like he was in some fashion. Frieza was top dog. He was running shit for the Saiyans.
He was top dog, but like not gonna lie, when he first came down in the fight Goku, like he was mad pussy.
Maybe they were technically working with, I don't know if they were working with, I thought they were working for Frieza. Because, he did come in and destroy their planet and they couldn't.
I think he wasn't his dad? Cool. Wait, no, not Coolidge's brother. What's his?
What is he?
I don't know. He's way more powerful. I think that's they're working for him. That makes more sense.
I don't know, to be honest.
Man, fuck, because he came down there first off, definitely not that strong. Didn't look like he was blown up on the planets or nothing.
Hey, Frieza?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. Frieza was always super strong. Super strong.
So how he get murked like that?
Huh? How he get worked by Goku?
Yeah.
Fucking Goku.
Yeah.
Man, he should have blew up the whole damn planet.
He's the Super Saiyan.
He's that guy.
Like that.
Legendary Super Saiyan.
With a finger out like that.
Yeah, imagine just getting your planet absolutely murked. After the man just winning actually very nonchalantly.
There was like a whole segment in the Dragon Ball Super movie where Frieza just gets his ass handed to him for a solid like 5 to 10 minutes by Broly.
Yeah, but that's because Broly is that nigga.
Yeah, no, Broly don't miss.
Broly is.
He was mixing dudes.
And I also
for no reason.
I love seeing Frieza get his shit clapped by Broly for a little bit.
Yeah.
It just felt good.
Broly did just murk his pops, or I bet Frieza just murked Broly's dad.
He just killed his dad just to see some like
and
shit
then
pop
he was
off.
like, oh no, what happened? Oh no, Broly, look. He snapped. No, I love that.
Frieza got his ass handed to him so many times, he literally had to create a new form called Golden Frieza. And then that didn't work, so he made Black Frieza.
Black Frieza.
That literally is his
He just changed the
transformation,
color.
just Black Frieza, and apparently it's like really strong, like can hold up to Ultra
They
Instinct.
catch him around the corner. He's just like spray painting his body.
Body paint.
I'm a lot stronger now. What have you guys been? What have you guys been watching? What have you guys been seeing?
I just finished Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
That show's legit.
Yeah. I guess it's 3 seasons. 3 seasons and I finished it. I didn't know that until I looked at one comment. And I was thrown into a whirlwind of emotions because it ended very well,
Really?
but I didn't know that was going to be the end. And I was just,
Wait, the
sad
third
about
season?
it. Huh?
The third season's a wrap up?
Yeah.
I only watched up to like the second season, I think.
You should definitely finish it. It's really good, but
Yeah, Mob Psycho's a legit show,
I
dude.
know.
It's the same dude who made One Punch Man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of like it's more of a relatable story. I mean, they're both relatable stories, but Mob Psycho is one that like hits closer to the heart than like One Punch Man, because One Punch Man, it's comical as fuck. This dude just like straight up one hitting every damn villain we see and shit. And the moral of that is like, you can be the strongest in the world, but like what's after that? You know what I mean? And that's what like Saitama struggles with. But in Mob Psycho, same concept. Dude is like really strong, but he doesn't want to use his power. He would rather just chill and like work out. That's literally what Mob is.
Yeah, but like the thing is, he's just this little scrawny dude. No matter how much he works out, like he just he makes you want to be a better person. I almost cried. He was crying. I was almost crying. Oh, Mob. I love Mob. I'm not gonna lie. I might get a Mob tattoo. No, I'm
Dude, I
dead
can't
ass
even-
about that.
How many animes actually finish it and do it right? Finish
So many shows in general.
Man,
And do it right in the sense of we're not overdoing 3 seasons. You know what I mean? Like,
3's a good amount because I always say after 3 something falls off, and I feel like I've said that before earlier. Like it always falls off on after.
Sure about
3rd.
that? Hunter x Hunter?
It didn't even.
Hunter x Hunter didn't fall off.
But
That shit was a consistent 100 episodes of pure fire. Like,
But the thing is, it didn't animate until after. Wait, no. Oh yeah, it did.
no, yeah, there's.
well, everything involves source material.
Because I think of like the arcs.
for you know what I mean, like
I don't
Attack
know.
on Titan, obviously hasn't fallen off of it. Like there's obviously exceptions. It's just
Attack on Titan did fall off.
You're also
Attack on Titan did fall
what are
off.
you talking about?
And it fell off after season 3. It was hard to get through season 3.
It changed.
I
What was
mean,
season 3 exactly?
it was even hard to get through season 3
What was season 3? I don't.
years ago.
Yeah, I know. But what was the base of it? That all mushed together in my mind.
What was it?
Season 1, Aaron's mom gets eaten.
Season 2?
Eren Yeager.
Dude, wasn't season 3 like defeating, like trying to defeat the big ass motherfucker? But it turns out it wasn't trying to get to like his house to get the key to get the understanding to get to the beach to find the whole.
When they were
thing.
fighting the Beast Titan, and
Yeah.
throwing rocks at them niggas.
Yeah.
And you thought that fell off?
After that, yeah.
You really thought.
Well, it changed though, because that's the thing. I think you're mistaking falling.
That was supposed to be the end, wasn't it?
Changing genres.
Because
Because it goes from all that, you know what I mean, high action, all that stuff, to like a political sort of like, you know what I mean, different vibe anime. It's not the same. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same genre of anime.
it's like not like that survival like.
Because they also like,
Apocalyptic.
once they realize everything and realize the big picture and shit, it scopes out in the anime. Once they realize that there's more shit out there, the anime
because they thought that was everything.
Yeah, so it changes genres. So I think that's what you're saying. It fell off because it's not the same.
No, I'm saying it fell off because it fell off.
I don't know, man. That's a very like 2D take. 2D.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of weeds in the car.
He's about to make like a bunch of accounts and just be like, yo, this podcast
You
fell
can't tell
off.
me. You can't tell me the final season. Actually, no, the last season did hit. You know, sometimes it felt.
Is it done? Is it?
I think they finished up.
They finished
Is
up.
it? I haven't. I just went back into watching.
That's exactly why. Because it fell off. That's why you didn't finish, right?
No, I already told you I wasn't watching anime, Kevin. Because my heart was broken.
Because Attack on Titan fell off.
No. Listen, I'm not getting my personal shortcomings, okay? But
I had somebody who really fucking hated the ending of the Attack on Titan and shit. He wanted Eren to destroy everything, and I'm
hey,
like,
listen, I haven't finished it yet. I haven't finished it. I'm just saying. I don't want to be spoiled.
but like I just said a vague statement. Like nobody's gonna be like, oh, the entire thing is spoiled for me because I said Eren destroys everything. He doesn't.
No. Sorry, you gotta cut it.
What do you mean?
Because
Like
it fell off. That's
See, he's bugging. He's trying to cause turmoil in the comment section.
If it was better, honestly, if there was a better ending, the amount of people that stopped watching after season 3 or even halfway through it.
Where are some numbers, Kevin?
I don't know, just my personal opinion.
Source
Johnny Harris.
One Piece. How many seasons of One Piece is there?
I've never even started that.
One Piece fell off some seasons too.
No,
yeah.
But that's what happened.
You read about that one. Now everyone's like, you read about that one.
You have 37,000 seasons with 800 million episodes. You're gonna have some that just don't hit the same.
I mean, man, they be wasting time with them fillers. So much time.
Like all the animes that stand out actually follow that kind of format where they don't just like, you know what I mean? Like Zach was saying about like the genre swapping. It's not necessarily like the genre, but just like how the story is presented. Like in Hunter x Hunter, none of it was really linear. Like you have these kids, they're like, yo, I like you, let's go on an adventure. And then like it's all wholesome at first while they're like, you know what I mean? Just, I guess, like innocently beating grown men in their own profession. And then
say it's wholesome at first, but like
it wasn't. There is definitely moments.
One episode is Killua,
ripped his heart out.
Taking his heart out.
It wasn't wholesome.
Like that's why you knew that they presented it as just like that. Very wholesome, but then it's like but this has potential to get very dark.
Yeah, they sprinkled that shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you like this kid. I didn't think he was gonna.
They made it seem so effortless and like so quick. They didn't show anything other than the dude dropping that shit in his hands like that.
Yeah, well, you're genuinely worried. I mean, you're sitting there like, this kid's, you know what I mean? He's gonna be in for a good fight. Da, da, da. And then you're like,
he had it like this.
Who is this kid? Like, and one of my favorite things about the Hunter x Hunter anime is Killua, like the silent step or whatever.
That was badass.
But anytime he's running in the anime, it does not make a sound.
Yeah.
Like him going running, you only hear one set of footsteps. If it's just him running, you don't hear anything. And I think that's just, I think it's pretty dope. I like when
that's attention to detail. That's just.
But as I was saying, like you'll have points where like you're like, what the fuck is Hunter x Hunter exactly? Like they go from like clearing a virtual world to like playing fucking dodgeball.
That's a badass game of dodgeball.
Was it in the virtual world or
no? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but like in that virtual world, they were doing like mad different shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
then you go to crossbred ants and
the total shift of the show was just wild. Like you could not really tell what was going to happen, and that's exactly why it's so great.
Even that last animated season, they're playing on. You don't really know who is the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like who
what else is out there?
Who's the villain here? You know what I mean? Is it the Hunter? Is it Gon and everyone? You know what I mean? Because these guys are just kind of trying to.
They're not exactly good people.
No, but they're just it's just a natural life cycle that, you know what I mean? Like, they're not doing anything inherently wrong in their mind, you know what I mean? They're just living life as we would if we just popped up like that.
That's actually one of the main themes of the show, is just like what exactly is good or evil.
Yeah.
Especially like the Zoltics, like these are assassins.
With Kilo,
These are like assassins, like the best assassins, like so good that people put them on a mountain and leave them alone. Well, you actually can't even get to them, but people just don't go up there. Well, they go to visit. They'd be taking pictures.
The door itself to even get, you know what I mean? Like, isn't it? So it's so heavy. And Gon had to, you know, he had to open it himself, whatever. Like,
dude, they had tourists just going up to the door.
Yeah, because you can't get in because the door was too heavy.
They're taking pictures at the door. They're taking IG selfies at the door.
Wouldn't be me personally.
Like, I think there is like a clear distinction in the show, though, who's evil. Like, you look at Hisoka and you're like, yeah, that dude's evil. Like, no doubt. But you look at the Phantom trope and you're like, yeah, they're not good people. You know, they ran over an entire city of people. Like,
yeah, they also did like the individuals within the Phantom troop though did do their own scumbag shitty things to where you're like, they're not good people, you know, like to where it's not, maybe not the group as a whole, but still, you know what I mean?
You can kind of understand where they come from, though. Like, they literally came from like a deserted city of like,
yeah.
No, they did a good job of like
people,
like making you care about the villains.
I mean,
not care about them, but you know,
I can't wait to see this motherfucker get his ass beat.
Like, they'll sprinkle in like the backstory and make you invested in the villain. And then, you know what I'm saying?
You're like,
and then they'll forget about the villain completely, and then go fight some ants.
I'm more satisfied that I watched him get his ass beat because he wasted my time with a half filler episode of his backstory.
Well, then they'll do all that, and then they'll forget completely about him, and then go fight some ants. That's what they'll do.
Yeah,
that's what they'll do.
That Chimera ant arc was seriously probably the best arc I've ever seen in anime ever. Like, the villain, Meruem, you can't exactly say he was a villain. This dude was just like playing to his instincts, and then he was like, wait, killing humans is kind of whack. And then it was too late when he realized that. Or not too late, but at the point he realized it, he tried to reason with somebody who was literally set out to like kill him.
Well, yeah, there was no mincing words at that point. It was just and I do love Gon and P2.
Gon kind of snapped. I definitely was just looking at this kid like with concern.
He sacrificed all of his Nen ability ever to obtain the pinnacle of what he would have, you know, been if he was, you know, if he would have continued life.
Which is badass. How did you pull that out of nowhere?
You're just like, oh shit.
First off, why can't you just do that? Why? That's how
the power system is in Hunter x Hunter.
The contract system.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, is that the same? Okay.
People could be so much more overpowered, like
with Kurapika.
Yeah. So yeah, like when you have so many requirements are hit, you know, you get power spikes basically. And the more strict it is, the more power you get. And that's like with Gon, he was like, yeah, listen, I want everything right now. I want the absolute peak of what I will be, what I would have become right now. Because it was his Nen and his life. It wasn't just, you know what I mean? Like, he was supposed to die. Remember, Killua took him to his sister, the one with the wishes or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, she brought Gon back.
Is she OP? Is she broken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's a conditional OP, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is she worth it OP?
Killua,
I feel like that just ends horribly.
That's like what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, oh,
yeah, the two kids were like meant to be OP. Like we know they're like kind of top 0.1% in that world, in that universe. So you have to wonder, like,
I mean, literally, whenever Gon, you know, transforms at the end there, doesn't she literally say his power now could like rival the king's?
Matches to king.
And, yeah, which that in and of itself is
absurd once you like watch the Netero versus Meruem fight. Is exactly why that statement is so absurd. Because this is like 10-year-old kid that literally sacrificed everything. But if he had just worked to that point,
and it started with Netero though too. Remember with him and Killua, and he's like, oh, if you can get the ball or whatever it was, the challenge, you can get the ball off me. whatever. And then, because that's how their whole thing started.
Yeah, they never got the ball off of him.
No,
But
yeah, but it's just that
the drive.
evolution of, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes that statement even more, just because he was obviously King was obviously well past, you know, Nero at that point. And if Gon is on the same level as the King, it's just that appreciation of what could have been.
It was meant to be like tragic that a kid had to like go through warlike trauma. Because I think like the reason I said earlier that like the show seemed wholesome at first, because the author is a genius for like disguising this like moral dilemma of a story into like a kid's show, essentially. So you like kids will look at Hunter x Hunter, the cover art, and be like, yo, what is this about?
Mm-hmm.
And then they get scarred because it is not a kid's show.
Did you guys think Kite was alive until it's?
I thought no. I think it was a safe bet that man was gonzo.
Because she pulls up ASAP, arm gone, like that. Like that's really what there's a huge tone shift in the anime at that point when P2 slides through.
It was like, oh, it just got serious.
Because you're like, wait, what? You're even just like, what the fuck just happened? Well, this isn't. How's Kite gonna get through this? You know, because he's Kite, he's Kaito. You know what I mean? And then I'm not gonna lie, I was wishful thinking, you know, oh, he gotta be alive, right?
No.
It's like, he gotta be. And then, I was right there with Gon the whole time. Heart just
oh my
broken.
God.
Especially because when she's like, nah, he's done. It shows like, just like him, I'm pretty sure like decapitated or something.
No, they were using him as a training dummy.
Yeah, like.
That is actually brutal. Like, that is straight darkness.
Just the whole time, like, she was just teasing Gon about, and like, she would like be carrying his head or something, like. Just some wild stuff.
He definitely fucked around and found out.
Like, found all the way up.
Yeah. How about Gon though? Letting his arm get cut off so he could be like Kite, but then proceeding to wax Shorty with the arm that was just cut off. Like, there's just some things in anime. It's like that's just so badass, you know.
I mean, yeah, he fucking, like, as soon as he got that form, he just kicked her up in the air.
Oh, that kick is...
he just went, like... And Tune was, like, up there, like, yo, what's going on right now? This dude with his non-existent arm starts forming a spear of absolute power.
Absolute power.
Like, there's nothing else to describe it. And then just... rocks her shit with it and then continues rocking her shit. That shit is so dark, dude. Like, Gon was so innocent at the start of the show. You would never imagine, like, if you weren't like spoiled, if you went into Hunter x Hunter blind, you would have never imagined Gon would ever do something like that.
No, but I wanted him to so bad. Because like I said, I was there the whole time with him. Like, Kite's still alive.
Yeah, this is where they mislead you though. I think Hunter x Hunter was the author was inspired by Dragon Ball, obviously.
Yeah, the cover art from everything about it.
So like he I guess misled people into thinking that Gon would get this like insane Saiyan transformation and just beat Pato and save the day. No, he had to sacrifice literally like being the main character.
I do like that though. No, I think that's how it's
storytelling. Peak anime, in my opinion.
It's very sad, but at the same time, it doesn't hit as much if he can just come back from it. You know, if he can keep going again, it doesn't hit the same.
He might come back. Like, I don't think like the author wants Gon gone, but like,
I mean, I haven't got into any Hunter x Hunter after the animation ends, like manga or anything like that. So I literally have no idea. But either way, you know.
I think it would be like it would make sense because there's times where Hunter x Hunter didn't focus on Gon as the main character. It was Killua and then it was Kurapika. At times it wasn't even any of them. Like,
yeah, well, that's because they did a really good job of just making you care about characters in general. You know what I mean? And making you not want to just be like, oh, okay, where is our insert main character here? You know.
That's why when I said like they do make you care about the villains too, because they cover so much of like everyone, even though you don't know everyone's like full background.
No, they do enough.
They'll do enough just to get you invested. That man doing kite like that was crazy.
Yeah, no. At the time, you don't expect it. You know, it doesn't mean like the tone.
There hasn't been real
shifts.
death like that.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, this is bad. Like, this is really bad.
As soon as that arm falls,
And you're even with Kilo after that, where Golem's like, yo, we're staying. Kilo's like, no, we're getting the fuck out of here. Let's go. And then they dip, and you're like, yeah, that was for the best. Kite's probably pretty fucked here.
Killwood for knocked him out and took off.
Yeah, but that's just, you gotta, look out for your man. Because there's no way they win that day.
Oh, no, not a chance. I feel like Pito, if she wanted to, she could have caught him too.
She just wasn't at the time. Neither of them were, on the level of at least Kite. And he's the main.
Yeah, she probably just
right
felt like
there.
threat.
Which he wasn't even that really.
She didn't even think of them as like threats enough to like kill him or even be worried about him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Just for going to come back and clap them cheeks surreptitiously.
What do you guys think about Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is that his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Are we done with
Science
anime?
dude? Oh yeah. I guess we're done with anime.
All right. Well, I just want to say I haven't been watching My Hero Academia again.
Really?
Yeah, I got back into it.
How far are you into it?
Season 5, episode 10.
Is that the latest season, or are we on 6?
I think we're on 6 now.
And
I'm not gonna lie, season 5 might be the weakest season out of all of them, in my opinion, because of like how they had to cut a lot. I'll let you finish my bet. I just wanted to say they cut a lot of budget for like the animation that is to come this season.
yeah, well, because I saw that there was a new season, and I was like, oh, I think I'm caught up to watch this, and then I was like, just let me check the first episode of season 5, and it was like the recap of season 4, or the last episode, and I was like, oh, I still have a whole other season that I have to watch. So I started watching it. Because after I finished Mob, I was lost. I was lost, and I was like, all right, we'll go back to an oldie, but what should be good, and I don't mind it so far. I think it's pretty good. They're just fighting. It's like Team A versus Team B right now.
I think I stopped right before I started getting good. Like,
it gets real good.
That's what I mean. I think I stopped right before.
It kind of is similar to like Hunter x Hunter's Chimera and arc in like the tonal shift. Like,
yeah, and I also like that they're delving more into one for all power, like the vestiges they call it or whatever, the past motherfuckers. Because even at the end of season 4, which was Endeavor and
fucking absolutely lighting up that Nomu in the sky and shit.
No, it was super dope, but it just didn't hit the same. Like, he's not All Might. You know what I mean? Like, I specifically remember watching that first All Might and Nomu fight, and I was geeked for All Might. Like, I felt like Deku. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching All Might, because I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah.
Shit was so hype, man. He was just like, yo, 100% isn't enough. 110%. And you're like, yo.
But with Endeavor, it was like, I was hyped, but like, I was hyped where I was just cheesing. I wasn't actively, when I'm watching Naruto fights, even now, watching the old ones, it don't matter. I get, physically into the fights. Because it just has that hype around them, I feel like.
There's some fights that just go crazy. Like,
that's what I mean. I feel with Endeavor, I'm also not the biggest fan of fire. Like, in the sense of being a power, I feel like it's pretty limited. That's why I like Fire Force, because it did it so well. Mm-hmm. Very versatile, but it's all really, Fire Force is just speed. It really is just, it's all speed related.
I've never watched Fire Force.
You have to. You have to.
Do I?
You have.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw some clips that like turned me off, like the fan service clips and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
The animation, the fight, the sound is so much.
It's really good.
So much more than fan service. You know what I mean? It has its whatever. They do their fan service due diligence, I guess, but it's nothing. It's nothing more than watching it. That's not what you take from it. At least that's what I take from it.
I feel like they did fire related abilities in My Hero well though, because you'll have different levels. Like, you're not going to be rooting for Endeavor like you are with All Might, because you're essentially rooting a person that abused their children.
Well, I was gonna say Also, Endeavor's a piece of shit, so it is hard to root.
You can't root for somebody like that when you have All Might, who's like literally the pinnacle of humanity and shit, and then Deku, who is going to be the pinnacle of humanity.
That's what I love watching him evolve as a hero.
Honestly, My Hero is one of my favorite anime series ever.
For a while, I binge watched the first 2 or 3 seasons or whatever. I think it was first 2.
Same.
And then I fell out of it, kind of, because they get real slice lifey in between all the shit, But it's I get why, you know what I mean? They're going through, they're kids going throughout their lives. I get that. It's just not my cup of tea. So I kind of fell out of it because I know season 4 was a decent bit of that, and it's but they save it up. They do it well, they make you. In my opinion, this is how I feel about it. They make you sit through it, and then the payoff is you get
absurd.
The gentle criminal,
I think,
and also Endeavor at the end.
I think that gentle criminal fight was kind of underdone. There's a lot of moments where Bones absolutely skipped on the animation when they shouldn't have, in my opinion.
It's probably because, honestly, this really, I really don't give them an excuse for that, just because, like I said, it was real slice of lifey. So they were just preparing for whatever the hell it was. I don't even remember what it was. Some school festival. They're always, it's always a school festival. They're always getting ready for a school festival, and then shit hits the fan.
Yeah, when you look, that Overhaul versus Deku fight was peak fucking shonen fight. That was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. That shit had me so deep. I felt like Deku watching All Might. When I saw that fight, I replayed it. I think I saw it 1,000 times. That shit was ridiculous.
Classic ones I'll still go back and watch.
Yeah, I'll watch that every now and then just to give me an inspiration boost. But after that, dude, I'm like, you set the bar so high, you have to you know what I mean? At least the bar is this high, you have to match it to this. Sometimes they were just this.
Though. Sometimes you overachieve,
They had the I think the animator from One Punch Man when they animated that Saitama versus Boros fight. Mm-hmm. They had that same animator and director on that fight in My Hero.
See, it's you go from such great animation like that, and then I'm not sure if you've seen. There's a new season of Record of Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, I binge watched the whole thing.
The second season.
Yeah, one night I was like,
animation's pretty dog shit,
dude. Yeah, but you get where they're going. You get what they're going for. At the same time,
if you read the manga, it hits so much. The fight when a fight is better in the manga than the animation, that's an issue.
That's rough
because they hit so much harder in the manga. Literally, I was watching it this sucks.
That bad?
I know what happened because I read the manga up until at least the end of season 2, so I know it's gonna happen and everything, and I'm excited to see it. And then I'm I was not excited to see it. Was it
really that far off?
Yes. I know it does. It hits so much. I like seeing certain things in color. You know what I mean?
See it all pan out.
There's just certain things in the manga panels that you don't get. I don't want to spoil it too much or whatever, but Jack's eye,
Jack's eye, okay.
When his thing gets
monocle falls. Yeah.
It's you don't get that in the manga. It's just black and white. So I like seeing things like that come to life, but
that's crazy that you noticed that, but it was such a big in your face thing that I remember.
I wonder, cause even when I watch manga in general, things like that always I wonder what it's going to look like. I wonder what this color scheme is going to be. I know some manga will have certain panels color maybe at the end and stuff like that, just so you can get a scope of it.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, that was not the case for Ragnarok, and I was very excited to see how things like that would.
Yeah, you're either an anime watcher or a manga reader. If you're,
you can do
once you read the manga because you like the show enough, you're yo. It just can't live up to expectations, dude.
That's why it's just so the animation is so underwhelming. Kevin, you have to know what I'm talking about. Whether you know what's going on,
Yeah,
But I'm telling you, read the manga of it, and you're just gonna be like, it doesn't.
because like to be fair, it's not awful. It's not an awful
It's not the
anime.
worst anime
It's
I've
just
ever
I feel like
watched, but
honestly, Netflix did not do it justice.
That is my issue.
Is
Though.
what
That's
you're
my
saying.
issue. Like because they have all the resources, and now they have a track record for making bad animation.
Man, because like the story's good, everything like the fight scenes could be good, the mashups are good, everything's good, everything's lined up right there
better
for
than
it.
the manga. Tell me how that makes sense.
Man,
Because it's strictly fighting. You know what I mean? Like that's. Oh, you get the backstory stuff, but even like it's.
you just you gotta find good animators to pan this out, and like everything's basically taken care of for you.
They're starting to really hone in on animation because, in general, in that industry, like you'll notice with Mappa, like how they were handling Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man.
Fire! I don't know
Like,
what Chainsaw Man. I
absolutely
haven't watched
fire.
it. Did you watch Jujutsu Kaisen Zero?
I did, I did.
man.
How did you feel about it?
I liked it. It was a little bit much at the end.
They definitely speedrun some anime
Yeah.
tropes there at the end, but still super fucking dope.
I really
thought.
liked it. I
And
enjoyed
also, it doesn't make sense having prior knowledge of the anime,
Mhm.
you know. But Jujutsu Kaisen fire. I mean,
I
dabble
love
in the
that
manga
series. I can't wait for
Jujutsu
season
Kaisen.
3.
Yeah, I had to dabble in the manga, and then the crazy part, like, it's so fucking good. It's so good.
Yeah,
I started reading the manga, and I'm like, damn, and it's just haymaker after haymaker. Like you don't
yeah,
get
the
a
fight does not stop at all.
literally, you don't get a chance to sit down. Like, and it's all legit too. It's all very.
It's like a darker Bleach, in my opinion. Like it's pretty much what Bleach should have been to me, in my opinion.
Interesting.
That might be a controversial ass statement, but
Did you
Bleach
watch
ain't hit
all
like
of
that.
Cousin there, right? You said you couldn't.
No, I started it, but I couldn't.
We might have to have a.
I couldn't get past season one.
We're gonna.
Just fucking
Staple my eyes open.
Yeah.
just
No,
watch
seriously
this.
though, we might have to have a little watch session because I'm telling you.
I don't know why.
Watch
I
this
don't know why
Yuji
either.
versus
That's why I
I
Mahito
don't
fight.
know why.
We're usually so spot on like the same anime. It's like I just don't.
I just
I don't get
can't.
why.
I can't give myself.
Don't
to do
say
it.
you
It's
can't
just-
get into it. I told my homie, he's like, yo, I started watching. I got to like episode 14. I just didn't get around to it. I'm like, yo, you dropped it when it was really just about
That's
to get
another
good.
thing too. Yeah, like it really does simmer. It's a
It
simmer, and then
It's a slow
It's not even
cook,
like a
man.
long simmer,
No,
dude. It
but
was like a
it's-
14
It's on a
episode
warm
simmer.
boil. That's what it is.
listen, it's so worth it. It's so good. It's so good.
They were like, at episode 2, they were like, yo, you want Kakashi Sensei? This is him right here.
That's what pulled me. I'm not gonna
And
lie.
then they
I
were
was
just
like,
building shit up to episode 14, and they're like, let loose. Let everything go.
I'm like, yo, is that not Kakashi Sensei right there?
I think there is definitely some Naruto
Like, that dude
homage.
just gives-
No,
homage being played.
even in like in the animation, and they pay their respects to Dragon Ball, Naruto, like 'cause I know whenever
I love when the anime
there's
does that.
definitely a lot of inspiration and homages paid to older anime in Jujutsu Kaisen. That's another thing I like about it.
But when you think about like the unit in Jujutsu Kaisen, like Yuji,
You got to read because I have stickers all over my desk. You know, like you have your Team 7.
yeah, it's
and-
basically just
yeah.
Team 7.
Yeah.
And anytime you get a Kakashi Sensei, you're gonna have a Team 7. That's just, and that's another thing. Gojo is an iconic character, I think. But Gojo is super dope, and I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah, he is really just him.
I know.
He's just like, yo, I'll fuck you up. And then the cursed spirits are like, what are you talking about? And then he proceeds to just fold them. He just says he's going to fold them, and then it's exactly what he does. And
Yeah, you got it. I'm telling you.
Wait, is that the dude that like speaks whatever he says?
No, Gojo.
He's blindfolded.
Blindfold, the white
yeah,
hair.
he's blindfolded, folded,
Yeah, beautiful eyes. Yeah.
folded
Blindfolded,
people.
beautiful eyes.
Yup. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, he does have
Kakashi,
beautiful eyes.
You know how Kakashi be fucking.
Oh wait, no, I've seen him. Look, I never seen his eyes.
Oh my god.
He's just always had the blindfold on.
No.
Wait, no, at the end of the movie.
Yeah, probably. I think it's actually like that.
Yeah. I was like,
hold on, though, because I gotta get.
yeah, he just be throwing
Yeah,
Kakashi vibes the whole damn time. But
He's
a
like
little bit
Kakashi on steroids, in
a
my
little bit
opinion.
more like silly, mainly because he just knows he's OP or something. Yeah, okay. Those are some beautiful ass eyes, dude.
Beautiful eyes.
Some beautiful eyes, man. I'm not even
Filler
gonna-
episode Jujutsu Kaisen had, he literally just flexed on everybody there by walking on top of ants.
What? What do you mean walking on ants?
He literally just walked on ants, and he was like, he was walking on ants and didn't kill a single one of them.
I would have been killing them.
Mom, that's how precise he is with his power and shit. You gotta figure out what his power even is.
What?
That's
what
why
do you mean?
I'm
What
not
power?
gonna spoil nothing.
I know what it is.
I can be light, super light.
It's
Is
so
that his
much
power?
deeper than that. It's so
Yeah.
much deeper than his power's infinity.
What do you mean infinity?
Exactly. Figure it out. Watch it. Figure it out.
That's all you get. That's all you get, bro. Infinity. Think about it.
Nothing can touch him, but he can touch
But
anything he
everything
wants.
can though.
Exactly.